So as we all know, for one of the new dungeons, Azura, the second boss requires the party members to have double CC, either double knockdown or double stun depending on the color of the mobs. Now, for some classes this might be very easy, like one press of a button, but there comes the Warlock. For Warlock, doing this it's pretty tricky. For our knockdown, we have to spec into our block, the second tree, and we have to actually block and then use F to repulse. This is the actual knockdown, and of course our X. But this is easy compared to the double stun. If we want to have both double knockdown and double stun, we have to spec our Q, of course, which is the easy part. Our pet we have to have our pet summoned, of course, so our pet has to not be in cooldown and summoned, and then we press Q and the pet goes there. And the second stun, which comes from our leech. Our leech is a very long cooldown skill that really enables our DPS. You can see here, if spec'd properly, it deals 20% more crit damage, and it siphons for 12 seconds, so 20% more crit damage for 12 seconds. Also creates warps and so on. A lot of very useful things, and the skill is so good. But if we want to have the stun, we have to spec into the third tree. And here is the problem. If you want to use this as a DPS skill, you can only use it at the beginning of the fight, because after that you cannot be sure when the ghost will appear, because it depends on the DPS of the team, of course, and it has a very long cooldown, 36 seconds. So you will have to not use this skill at all. And to be able to use this skill, again, the target has to be marked. To mark the target, you will have to use your number 2. And this is another skill that you won't be able to use during the fight. It has 24 seconds cooldown, so you will want to keep it to be able to brand the target in order to stun it. So you have two skills which you have to not use. Along with your tab, the troll, you have to watch out when you summon it so it won't be in cooldown when you will need it. So there are 3 skills, 3 cooldowns that you have to keep track of just to be able to have double stun and double knockdown at the same time. And you lose so much DPS, because you see, even if you're brave enough to risk using Leech, it only siphons for 4 seconds, and it does not have the same beneficial effects as the first 3. Also, another thing that you need to know about Warlock is that this leech is on our F. Okay, so if we want a leech, it goes on the same skill button as our rupture. So if we want a rupture or if we want a leech, we might end up using the wrong one. Of course, this depends on ping and on how used you are on Warlock, but these kind of things happen. So there is the risk that your Warlock might have accidentally used his leech trying to use Rapture, and then you won't have a stun. So I'm going to demonstrate to you how it actually works. So I have to summon my pet, press Q, press 2, press Leech. See? And he's stunned. So 4 actions. For knockdown, I have to block one skill, use F, use X in order to knock down. Speccing into either double stun or double knockdown is much easier than having them both at the same time, because RX is a very versatile skill and can be specced either into knockdown to pair up with our F repulse from blocking, or into stun to pair up with our Q from the pet. So yeah, next time you want to scream at your Warlock for not speccing into double stun and double knockdown at the same time, make sure you do not have someone in your team that can do this much easier and without causing so much DPS loss. Because yeah, you are handicapping yourself by doing this. Like, the Warlock can easily spec either into double stun or double knockdown without causing so much damage loss. So why do you really need it? Are you sure you really need it? So yeah, that's all I wanted to say for today. Thanks for watching. Sorry if I rant or if I sound bitchy, but this is my opinion. If you have a different opinion, please leave it in the comments. And see you next time. Have fun.